Hello my friends, welcome to my review of Drunk Elephant Skincare. I have to tell you, when I got this PR box, I was dancing. I'll have to tell you I was dancing because I was so curious about these products, and every time I went to Sephora, every time there was a Sephora sale, I would look at them, or they had like those gift sets, I would look at them, I'd pick them up and I'd go, no, I'm not spending 80 bucks. I'd put it back down because I just couldn't bring myself to like pull the trigger on the price. So when I got the PR box with these things in it, I was like, yes, I finally get to try this stuff. I was so excited, and also really excited to pass information along to you on whether these things are actually worth the price or not. Did I actually see results? So if you're curious about that, hang tight. We're getting into it right now. One thing I definitely want to stress before I start is that skincare is so personal. Everybody's skin is different. There have been a lot of research studies on different ingredients that show that in their select groups of people, different ingredients do different things to help your skin in different ways. So we're going to be talking about some of those things, but keep in mind that my results may be different from your results. I do have normal skin. I'm 40 years old. Anti-aging is my #1 concern. I have some wrinkles on my forehead that I absolutely hate. I've got some fine lines around my eyes, also getting some fine lines in between right here. They're driving me crazy. I also have some lines on my neck, and I've never told this story before, but I remember my mother when she was in her 30s. I remember she was in the bathroom and she looked, when did I get neck wrinkles? When did that happen? And then the first day I saw my neck wrinkles, I was like, oh, my mother. But those are kind of my big anti-aging problem areas, but I don't have blemishes, I don't have significant dark spots or anything like that. I do have freckles, but I don't consider that to be something that I want to improve in any way. Now, I didn't dig deep into the ingredients of every single product, and the reason why is because this video would have been 3 hours long. There are so many ingredients, and I think that most of you would probably fall asleep halfway through. I would probably have to do an individual review on each one of these, and I just can't do that. But one thing I do want to note is their clean at Sephora status, and this is what it means. I'll put it up on the screen now. It means that all of these products are formulated without sulfates, SLS and SLES, parabens, formaldehydes, formaldehyde-releasing agents, phthalates, mineral oil, retinol palmitate, oxybenzone, coal tar, hydroquinone, triclosan, and triclocarbon. And they also say all skin, hair, and makeup brands with the clean seal have less than 1% of synthetic fragrances. So I know that's important to a lot of people, and I think that's one of the big selling points of Drunk Elephant is that it's supposed to be really good quality skincare. I know my friend Stephanie Nicole absolutely loves Drunk Elephant products, so that was another reason why I was very excited to try these things. So let me tell you the big mistake I made. Don't do this. Most chances are you're probably not going to do this. If these hadn't been sent to me, I wouldn't have done this, but I went ham on these products. When I first started using them, I was using them all at the same time. I just threw them all on my face and started to use them. That was a huge mistake. I actually saw texture increases in my skin. I started seeing these lines forming on my cheeks, which I had never seen before. You know, the lines, I forget exactly what they're called. You'll probably know what they're called, but they're the lines that form in places that don't crease. There's a specific name for that, where my wrinkles are a different kind because my forehead creases there. That's why they form. So I about freaked out, and I took about 2 weeks off of Drunk Elephant. I went back to Paula's Choice, which is my standard of skincare. Whenever I'm not testing skincare, I always go back to my Paula's Choice because I love that stuff. But taking that 2 weeks off, I think was really, really necessary to kind of get my skin back to homeostasis because it was a mess. Like, my skin felt dry. It was terrible. So first note, don't do that. But then what I ended up doing was I ended up using some of the products, not others. I kind of went back and forth with different uses of different ones, but I'm gonna get into that in a minute when we get into each one. The first product I wanna talk about is the one that I feel like maybe a little too much for me. This is the T.L.C. Sukari Babyfacial. It's 80 bucks. I was looking at this forever and ever, wondering whether it works. Oh, it works. It works a little too good for me. It's supposed to help with dullness, uneven texture, fine lines, wrinkles, and uneven skin tone. This is an AHA BHA mask, so it chemically helps your skin to turn over the dead skin cells. Even after I stopped using this for a while, I tried to go back to it and use it once a week, and my face just felt wrong. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it just felt like it was too exfoliated, if that makes sense. I do think what I'm gonna do in order to continue to use this, because I do want to use it up because it is a very good skincare product, is just using it, leaving it on for 5 to 10 minutes instead of the recommended 20. I think that that's better for me. But this one I would not purchase just because it was too intense for me, but maybe it's not too intense for you. Now with this, it came with a very small bottle of their Marula oil, and I loved the Marula oil. Can I just say that again? I loved the Marula oil. It felt so good on my skin. It felt really, really hydrating, but I ran out of it relatively quickly and it was really, really expensive. I thought about purchasing it again and I just didn't. You're supposed to put the Marula oil on after this, and I think my skin just really, really needed that. It's really high in antioxidants. It's a very moisturizing, nourishing oil. What's really important about the Drunk Elephant Marula oil is that it's unrefined Marula oil. Like the Marula oils that you can get for really inexpensive, those are refined. Basically, it takes a lot of the goodness out of the Marula oil. All of those good natural antioxidants are pretty much stripped away. So getting an unrefined Marula oil is really important. I did research and find some less expensive unrefined Marula oils. I haven't tried any of these, but I will put some links down below to some of those sources. If you did want to try it, you can talk to them about their sources and things. I can't vouch for any of them, but I think I will probably end up purchasing one of those. I just haven't quite decided yet. Let's keep going with the ones that I feel like really weren't worth the price, and then at the end we'll go into the ones that I do think are worth the price. So let's go into the lip balm. It's $18. My lips are perpetually dry all the time. I'm always looking for a really good lip balm, and I had really high hopes for this one, but I didn't find that it did anything special for my lips. Could it be preventing maybe some anti-aging things on my lips? Possibly. Will I continue to use it? Yes, I will. One thing I want to mention, especially with the lip balm, is there's no real scent in any of this stuff. So I think that's really good for a lot of people who are sensitive to scent. So just know that the lip balm also has really no scent to it. For me, I don't think I would spend $18 on it. That's just a little pricey for me. The other one that I feel like I personally wouldn't purchase is the Best, I think it's Best, B-E-S-T-E, number 9 Jelly Cleanser, and it says Cantaloupe there. It was a very nice cleanser. It did not strip my face. It did not make me feel bad in any way. I had nothing bad happen with it. It did seem to cleanse my face. It did not remove all of my eye makeup. I did still need to do like a double cleanse situation where I use an oil-based cleanser on my eyes and then cleanse my face with this. I feel like maybe sometimes I just use really hardcore eye makeup, so maybe that's why it couldn't really handle it, but it didn't remove my makeup enough for me to be like, this is the best cleanser ever, because I don't really need a cleanser for acne purposes or dry skin purposes. So this one is just not necessary for me. I can find cleansers that work well for me, that I feel like keep my skin nice and balanced pH wise without spending this much money. But if you have a different skin type, this may work better for you and be better for your skin than it was for me. So it's not a don't purchase, it's a don't purchase unless you have skin that really needs a really nice cleanser. But now looking back at the price at $34, I don't think that that's that expensive. I thought it was like $50. $34? Maybe. Maybe. But not a definitely. I talked about this one in a favorites and fails video, and I got a lot of really interesting feedback in the comments about this and whether it worked for you or not. And let me just tell you what my gripe was about this. They call it a vitamin B gel, and it's for dullness, uneven skin tone, dryness, things like that. They do give the tip to mix this with any serum, cream, or oil to lock it in. I did use it with some of the other serums. So I would take one pump of this and I would put it all over my face. I'd rub it down my neck, and then I would wait 10-15 minutes and then go to bed, and every time my face would stick to my pillow, and it was the most disgusting feeling. And if you know me, you know my thing with textures on my face. It was so gross. I couldn't even stand it. It was terrible. And what people were saying in the comments of my favorites and fails video is that this is meant more to be a serum rather than a moisturizer. When I saw B-Hydra intensive hydration gel, to me that says moisturizer. But even mixing this with one of the other creams that I have here that I'm going to show you in a bit, I still didn't like it. It doesn't feel good on my skin, and it's not that it doesn't have great ingredients, I just don't like the feeling of it. I'm really happy if it works for you, but I can't do it. I can't to it, so I'll probably pass this on to my mom or something. Now getting into the products that I would definitely consider purchasing, we have the T.L.C. Framboos Glycolic Night Serum. This is kind of similar to the Babyfacial, but this is like the light version of the Babyfacial, which is why I like it. It's a 15% AHA BHA blend, which I feel like is better for me. I've been using this every night since I went back on it after my 2-week break, and I do see a minimizing of lines when I wake up in the morning, similar to the Paula's Choice products that I have used in the past with the chemical exfoliator that I really, really like. Throughout the day, my wrinkles seem to come back, but in the morning, it gives me hope that it's doing something because I wake up and my lines are definitely minimized. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 12%, not 15%, but still, it's less, which makes me happy. One thing that's important about this is you're not supposed to get it near your eyes, so I was super, super careful about that. The goal of this is to help with dullness and uneven texture, just like the Babyfacial. It also helps to minimize pores, which I don't necessarily have a problem with, and it also evens the skin tone, and I've just really liked the way my skin's looked since I've been using this. I think that my skin looks brighter, like it's got this brightness to it, but I think it's also might be the next product I'm going to show you as well that's contributing to that. But I do really enjoy this. It feels very light as a serum. It feels really nice on the skin, and I do feel like it's got some great skin benefits. Have I seen anything magical happen to my skin? No, nothing magical, but based on the ingredients, based on my previous experience with products like this, I do think that it's a good product, and I probably would purchase this. Probably. So now these are the definite purchases. These are the ones that I'm really excited about and have no question that these would be something that I would want to add to my skincare routine. This is the C-Firma Day Serum, and I'm sure you've heard about this before. I did a lot of research on vitamin C for this video just to make sure I was giving you legit information, and vitamin C is pretty legit. The biggest thing about vitamin C is that you have to use it quickly. It has to be kept away from air and light, which these bottles do a great job of doing. I didn't show you this, but the bottles roll up like this, and then you squirt the product out, and then they roll down. So the product is never exposed to air until you're ready to use it, which is great, light or air. But if this product sits too long, if it's exposed to lighter air, it does go bad very quickly. And one thing that you'll notice, if a little bit, I'm not sure if you can see it, but if it stays on the outside, like you get a little bit of product on the outside and you don't wipe it off, it actually turns a dark brown, which shows you that it's just not good anymore and you don't want to use it. But when it comes out, it's like this yellow, like drippy stuff. It's got a little bit more of a scent than some of the other ones, but it's like a natural, almost a nutty kind of scent. It's very fresh. It's not offensive in any way. And the big job of vitamin C is it's an antioxidant. So it helps your skin to age slower. That's its job. It's supposed to be good for uneven skin tone, loss of firmness and elasticity, dullness, and uneven texture. I'll link an article down below from the National Institute of Health about vitamin C and skincare. I found it to be really interesting. And one thing that I found in this particular article to be very interesting that doesn't have to do with these is they say that eating more vitamin C really does help with your skin. So eating an orange is a lot cheaper than this stuff. So if you don't have enough vitamin C in your diet, you may want to increase your vitamin C, but also know that it's one of those vitamins that if you eat too much, it just gets flushed out of your system. You just want the right amount of vitamin C. Make sure you've got some vitamin C in your diet because it can definitely help your skin. But as far as the topical applications, it can fight UV damage. It promotes healthy skin renewal. The other thing it mentioned is you also need vitamin E and a carrier oil in order for this to work, and the Drunk Elephant product definitely has both. The vitamin E you're looking for is something called tocopherol. I'll put the word here so that you can see that. My best friend Mary Lynn actually called me from TJ Maxx the other day, or Marshall's, and she was like, "Jen, help me find a serum." And I was like, "Okay, what do you got?" And she was like, "Collagen." I'm like, "Nope, put it down. It doesn't do anything." Vitamin C. I was like, "Yes." "Okay, do you see the word tocopherol?" This is our exact conversation. When she watches this, she's gonna laugh. And she's like, "Yeah, I see tocopherol acetate." I'm like, "All right, cool." I was like, "Do you see something that says oil?" "Yeah, it says coconut oil." I'm like, "Okay, you're good. Buy that one." And it was like $15 or something. It probably doesn't have the same punch of ingredients that the Drunk Elephant does, but there was an option for her at TJ Maxx or Marshall's or wherever she was. Those are the things you want to look for if you do see a vitamin C product. The only thing about a TJ Maxx Marshall's purchase of a vitamin C serum is that it may have been sitting around for a while and the benefits may be gone because we don't know the age of the product. One last thing that the article said that I found interesting is it says it greatly assists with wound healing. healing and minimizes raised scar formation, which I thought was really interesting. If that's you, this might be an extra good product for you to look into. But overall, I just really liked the way that it felt on the skin. I liked what I read about the ingredients. Again, did I see any kind of magical immediate skin results? No. And I feel like a lot of skincare, you really aren't going to see a lot of magical instant results. I have seen some with the Beste Beauty skincare line. I have seen some with Paula's Choice, but beyond those two, most skincare doesn't really minimize my fine lines as much as I would hope. And this definitely, this whole line is basically that. So start your skincare early, kids. And the last product is my favorite product. This is the Protini Polypeptide Cream. I also talked about this in my favorites and fails video. Oh my gosh, I love this stuff. What I love most about this is you've got to see how this stuff comes out. I know this is lame, but look at this. This is so cool. So what you do is you go like this. It's probably messy on the top. So you press this down like this, and then you boom, and that's all the product that you get. I've never seen a product like this before. I don't know if you've seen a product like this before, but I've never seen it before. Anti-aging on my hands and arms. But again, no big scent. It doesn't leave a greasy feeling on the skin. It feels really, really good. I very much enjoy using it. The big sell on this is the protein in it. This also helps with the firmness and elasticity of the skin. It also helps with dryness, dullness, and uneven texture. And I just really, really like this product. I'm not gonna go into all of the ingredients and all of the research on everything on this, but just know the ingredients are pretty legit and it makes me very happy. And if there's anything that I'm definitely going to repurchase from this line, it's gonna be this and this. Not that the other things are bad, it's just I feel like I don't necessarily need them in my life in order to make me happy. I feel like I can find less expensive exfoliators that I like just as much as this, but the ingredients may not be as clean, there may not be as many good ingredients in it, but I think I'm willing to sacrifice that for an exfoliator because I have found some chemical exfoliators that I like better. I'll link previous skincare reviews down in the description down below. But yeah, these two. These are my faves. So I hope that you found this video helpful. Again, I wish that I could have gone more in depth into each one of these products, but I just can't. I can't bring these with me on my trip. I know I'm definitely bringing this one with me. I'll probably bring this one with me, and then for the rest, I'll probably use some of my smaller containers because I just can't. I can't bring it all. I just can't. Thank you again so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, definitely make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you're not already subscribed, and join the collective brain of makeup awesomeness where we help each other not to buy crap and to buy things that are totally worth it. Speaking of that, please participate in the collective brain down below and share your experiences with any Drunk Elephant product that you've ever tried. I would love to know, are there other products that I haven't tried that you think are amazing that I should invest in and try out? I would love to know what you think, or if you've tried some Drunk Elephant and you feel like it's really not worth it. Let's have a big old conversation down below. My opinion is only a small part. The conversation down below is also a huge part of what this video is all about. So make sure you're reading down there, commenting down there, have a conversation. Thank you again so much for watching. Mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very, very soon.